you're not going to believe the storm of Celtic news dropping just now. First, a Scottish MLS expert is skeptical about Wilfried Nancy coming to Celtic. Then Liam Scales fires back saying everything is in place for a manager to come in and have a good time. And just wait till you hear the last one, because Celtic are exploring a deal for Wessam Abou Ali after getting the green light. I've got all the details, and the final update is the biggest of the lot, so stay with me right till the end. We have 6 news a day to keep you updated with the mighty Celtic. Hit that subscribe button and be part of it. Look, Celtic bringing in Wilfried Nancy has every corner of Glasgow buzzing, and you're sitting there probably wondering if this is the moment everything kicks up a gear again. And honestly, with all the chatter swirling about the lad coming over from MLS, you'd think we were signing some mysterious wizard stepping off a plane at Glasgow airport, ready to turn paradise into a fortress again. But then you get folk like the Scottish MLS expert piping up, sounding skeptical, almost like one of those Rangers supporters who pretend they're calm while clutching their wee stress ball as soon as Celtic make a move that threatens their fragile peace. This expert knows Nancy from his Montreal days and calls him unassuming, underestimated, a bit like when people doubted Ange before he sent the whole league into panic mode, and when he talks about the heat and the huge travel miles in MLS, it's almost sweet hearing him worry if Nancy can handle the intensity, as if the lad's going to crumble walking down Sucky Hall when the weather hits its usual sideways rain. If Nancy can survive players melting in 40-degree heat, he'll handle Glasgow just fine. He does admit Nancy's style is brave. He likes his football played the right way, moving, pressing, improving players rather than panicking like the blue half does every season when it all inevitably falls apart. And that bit about Nancy keeping his cards close to his chest, brilliant. That's exactly what you want at Celtic. Someone who doesn't spill every detail to the press, someone who understands the goldfish bowl but still keeps the club's business inside the walls of paradise where it belongs. If Nancy really is guarded, thoughtful, and hungry to improve players, imagine what he'll do with lads like Dyson, Kalmack, and the rest when the tempo hits that Celtic pace we all love. And the expert says he's rooting for him. Well, good. He'll need to queue behind the entire Celtic support, because we know what this club does to managers who truly get it. The only folk who should be skeptical are the ones across the city, because if Nancy clicks, they'll be crying more than the rain hitting the Clyde on a January morning. Now, let me ask you something that'll stir the pot properly. Do you honestly believe a manager from MLS will silence the doubters faster than the Rangers collapse under pressure? Or will Nancy need time to prove he's ready for the madness of Glasgow? Hit that subscribe button. Lads, let's G it lolly till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic daffs. You know, hearing Liam Scales talk after that massive night in Rotterdam, you could almost feel the buzz rolling right through paradise, like one of those wild Glasgow gusts that hits you sideways before you've even reached Sucky Hall. The lad was glowing, proper glowing, and you can't blame him. Beating Feyenoord in their own backyard isn't something you just shrug off. That was a statement. The kind that sends the blue half into their usual meltdown while you sit there feeling the pride swell in your chest like you're watching Jock Stein walk out the tunnel again. Scales said the team needed that win, needed those points, and you can tell the whole squad has been lifted. Confidence is a powerful thing at Celtic, more powerful than any money Rangers can throw around pretending it'll solve their yearly crisis. And when Scales talked about these last few weeks working with Martin O'Neill and Sean Maloney, it honestly sounded like a proper family atmosphere. A wee bit chaotic, sure, but exactly the kind of chaos that sharpens a team rather than breaks it. Sean stepping in seamlessly, the gaffer bringing belief back into players who looked a bit heavy a month ago. It's the sort of turnaround that makes you remember why this club is special. Scales admitted they'd been struggling for confidence before Martin arrived, and now look at them, strong, sharp, ready to charge into every challenge. It's like the whole team has had a weight lifted, while Rangers keep adding weight to theirs with every week of excuses. Now, Scales is already focused on Hibs at Easter Road, and you can almost hear the determination in his voice. He knows it's never an easy place to go, but he's buzzing to finish this run of away games with another win. And if they pull it off, that sets things up beautifully for the new boss, whoever's brave enough to walk into this goldfish bowl. And speaking of the new man, Scales admitted the squad have been sneaking a look at Google, reading wee bits about Wilfried Nancy. You do the same. And he's right. Whoever walks into this job is walking into a squad full of winners, a League Cup final on the horizon, European football still alive, and the league there for the taking. Everything, absolutely everything is set up for the next manager to enjoy himself and chase glory. The excitement is real. Now, let me ask you something. Do you think the new manager will ride this wave of momentum and take Celtic even higher? Or are you worried the pressure cooker of Glasgow might crack him faster than Rangers crack under a title race? Hit that subscribe button. Lads, let's G it. Lordy till we hit 1500. Mad Celtic daffs. You know, just when you think the January window might creep up quietly, Celtic go and stir the pot again. And I'm telling you, this one has the potential to send a proper ripple right through Glasgow, and not the kind that has Rangers collapsing like they usually do when the pressure creeps in. No, this is the kind of ripple that comes from a club with ambition, confidence, and a plan. Wessam Abou Ali, the lad Nancy worked with over at Columbus Crew, is suddenly on the radar, and with Nancy about to walk through the doors at Lennoxtown, the timing feels spot on. You can already sense a shift coming, the sort of shift that makes you picture a packed paradise, roaring for a new striker, smashing one in under the lights. But of course, nothing at Celtic is straightforward, and Abou Ali comes with that wee question mark over injuries. You know what it's like here. If a player so much as sneezes, someone on Sucky Hall starts shouting that he's made of glass. Still, you can't ignore the talent. He showed himself well at the Club World Cup and again in MLS. And Nancy clearly rates him. And when a manager actually rates a player he knows inside out, that's usually a better sign than the usual wild scouting rumors that pop up every December. The truth is, Celtic need a striker. Properly need one. You can only shuffle things around for so long before it catches up to you. And with Osmond injured, Iheanacho still pushing for full sharpness, and Dyson Maeda looking more unsettled than a Rangers fan reading league tables, the gap up front is obvious. And speaking of Dyson, here's where things get interesting. There are whispers he might be the one moved on to free up the cash. And listen, if the lad's heart is elsewhere, fair enough. No point dragging a player along when he's dreaming of the Premier League. But it does sting a bit, doesn't it? For all his running and chaos, he gave you moments that had paradise bouncing. Still, if his sale funds a striker who can actually take the burden off the squad, especially with a new manager wanting a fresh start, then sometimes you just have to let things shift. It's the Celtic way. Evolve, adapt, push forward. And honestly, Nancy stepping in with his ideas, his energy, and a signing he already trusts, it could be exactly what keeps the momentum rolling long after Martin O'Neill hands over the reins. Now let me ask you something directly. If selling Dyson helps bring in Abou Ali, do you think Celtic should pull the trigger? Or is letting him go in January a mistake that could come back to haunt the club? Hit that subscribe button, lads. Let's G it. Lolly till we hit 1500 mad Celtic daffs.